much less clean.
For the next hour, Shawn Wilson explores the energy industry with news and interviews from around the corner and around the globe.
Nuclear is one of the directions that we should innovate in.
The Exploring Energy Show begins now.
A very, very good Wednesday morning to you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Shawn Wilson. It is the Exploring Energy Radio Show here on 96.5 KECO. Maybe you're watching us on the Book of Faces. We have a live stream every day. Also, we have, we got a podcast, this show. We got our own YouTube channel. Search us out. You can see a whole video replay on the YouTube, on the line. Here's what's at Grandma's house on the menu today as we are drawing close to the end of January. Yikes. 28th day. It's crispy chicken sandwich, tater tots, cucumber salad, and chocolate pudding. That's what's on the menu today as Grandma's house. Still looking for donations. If you'd like to get on, do a monthly donation on Venmo. It's very easy. Their handle, if you will. It's @ECMOW, all caps, ECMOW. When they ask you for the last four digits of the phone number, put 0764. That money goes right to Grandma's house. One table, one community, one purpose. Meals on Wheels building, located 1510 West 9th Street. That's the home of Grandma's house. Regular meals, $8. Senior citizens, just $7. Everyone is welcome. Here's the phone number you can call if you'd like to contribute that way, or call in your order for, Feed the Office. 225-5821. 225-5821. Friends of the Carnegie Library continuing to bring free books to you in the Elk City area. Have trouble reading regular print? Ask them about a free program that can help. It's the phone number, 225-0136. Friends of the Carnegie Library. They'll throw them books right in the old Carnegie Caravan, bring them right to you here in Elk City. 225-0136. 9 degrees currently here at the station, so it's still frigid. Those Arctic temperatures are hanging around. Not much more in the moisture side of things as of yet. Here's some energy stock prices to start the show. West Texas Intermediate up 85 cents, trading at $63.24 a barrel. That's a February contract. Brent crude on the ICE Futures Exchange up 71 cents to $68.28. Also, February contract out of London. Tocom crude oil out of Tokyo up 150 yen per kiloliter. Now, New York Mercantile Exchange natural gas down 80 cents, but still trading at $6.15 per million BTU. All the refined products, they're up. RBOB gasoline up $2.13 to $188.65. Heating oil up 95 cents to $285.57. These are all January contracts out of the New York Mercantile Exchange. And gas oil up $18.50, trading at $700.75 per metric ton. Okay, well, the severe weather, of course, boosting crude oil prices. That's the story there. Crude oil prices jumped more than 3% on Tuesday's trading as a powerful winter storm, Fern, disrupted U.S. oil production, temporarily halted Gulf Coast crude exports, lifting Oklahoma energy stocks alongside the broader energy sector. So that winter storm, Fern, the severe winter weather strained energy infrastructure across major producing regions, forcing operators to shut in production, slowing drilling activity. According to analysts and traders cited by Reuters, U.S. oil production lost as much as 2 million barrels per day, or roughly 15% of the national production over the weekend, as freezing temperatures spread across large portions of the country. The storm also brought U.S. Gulf Coast crude exports to zero over the weekend, further tightening supply in the global market and adding upward pressure on prices. So that'll kind of give you an idea. Now, the natural gas prices, they retreated a little bit after the storm-driven surge. After rallying sharply over the past week due to extreme cold and surging demand, natural gas prices pulled back yesterday. Futures fell about $2.287 or 4.22% to settle at $6.51 at the end of trading. They've gone down a little bit here today, but again, Oklahoma energy stock prices finished mostly higher because of the winter weather. So no surprise there that the winter weather is having an effect, no doubt about it. Well, we talked about the slowdown, if you will. Okay, well, it shows that less drilling, but continued high production of oil last year. As the forecast again for this year, EIA forecasts near-term U.S. crude oil production will remain near the 2025 record. Of course, the data source is the U.S. Energy Information Administration, the EIA short-term energy outlook. The EIA's January 2026 short-term energy outlook, it's forecasted U.S. crude oil production next year will remain near the record 13.6 million barrels per day produced in 2025 before decreasing about 2% to 13.3 million in 2027. If realized, a fall in annual U.S. crude oil production will mark the first since 2021. The EIA forecasted slight production growth from the federal Gulf of America and Alaska will be offset by declines in the lower 48 United States in the next 2 years as low crude oil prices reduce operators' incentives to drill. Yesterday we were talking with Dewey F. Bartlett Jr. He was talking about if oil is down around $50, which President Trump has stated he would like to see that, then it's going to keep a lot of people from continuing to explore and drill. So, according to this report, the short-term energy outlook from the EIA, they say this. We expect the slowdown in drilling activity will outpace recent increases in drilling productivity that have bolstered U.S. crude oil production. The United States set an annual production record last year, led by increases in the Permian region in western Texas and southeastern New Mexico, and to a lesser extent, offshore production increases in the Gulf of America. In 2025, the Permian region alone accounted for almost half of the total U.S. crude oil production. It's a big old play down there. Much of our crude oil production forecast hinges on domestic crude oil prices, especially for onshore production in the lower 48. We forecast the West Texas Intermediate crude oil price will fall from the 2025 average of $65 per barrel to $52 per barrel in 2026 and $50 a barrel in 2027. These prices are lower than recent break-even production prices. Oil industry executives responding to the Dallas Fed Energy Survey report the two largest basins in the Permian had break-even prices of $61 a barrel. I remember when we first started this show, and that's been over 14 years ago, the break-even for a barrel of oil was $72. So the break-even price has decreased, but it's still, like Dewey said yesterday, nobody's going to, buy a bale of hay for $1 and run it across the country and sell it for $1 and think all they need is a bigger truck. I mean, that's not the way this deal works. But the EIA also expects little change in production from the Permian region as rig activity declines along with falling prices. It forecasts Permian production will remain essentially the same as it was in 2025, average of 6.6 million barrels per day in 2026 before falling slightly to 6.5 million barrels per day in 2027. Of course, you have these wells that are already drilled but unproduced, the DUCs, if you will. So production is going to continue to flow. Now, they may not be drilling as many holes, and like Dewey pointed out yesterday, it's not a finite amount. So, if you quit drilling, you're going to run out of what you have already ready to sell. So the EIA also forecasts the crude oil production in the Gulf of America will rise from 1.9 million barrels in 2025 to 2.0 million barrels in 2026 as new fields offset declines for existing fields. If achieved, those values would be records in the Gulf of America. It expects Gulf of America crude oil production will decline slightly in 2027 because of natural field declines. After decades of decline, we expect Alaska production to increase through 2027 as the new Nuna and Pika projects contribute to overall growth. EIA forecast production will rise from 0.4 million barrels in Alaska in 2025 to 0.5 million barrels per day 2027. If realized, that annual production increase will be the first since 2017 and the largest since 2002. It's been our first segment. When we come back, we're going to go back in time with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society's Remember When Wednesday as we continue with the Exploring Energy Radio Show Wednesday edition right after this.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
You know why people like going out to eat? It's a little treat for them. They get to leave the house and go somewhere else and have somebody else cook the food and serve it to them and clean up afterward. All you got to do is pay and leave.
I know a lady that makes it at Janice's Cafe. We go out there and eat all the time. You know why? It's not at home, and it's better than what we cook. You know, one of my favorite things to eat at Janice's Cafe? The catfish. It's good. It's got the crispy breading. Oh, it's like they made it with love, with a little bit more love on top of it.
Bacon cheeseburger.
Best bacon cheeseburger in the business. Name another one.
Mushroom and Swiss.
Best mushroom burger there is ever. Janice's Cafe can make all those burgers for. Of course, they got burgers. They got the best burgers you can have.
Do you think more people drink sweet tea or unsweet tea?
Well, you know what I am.
Half and half.
Half sweet, half unsweet. Janice is located on the south side of Elk City, where you go into the movie theater, right there next to Arby's. You'll be able to find it because there's a big old sign up there that says Janice's Cafe.
Timber Oklahoma is your safe and reliable expert tree care service. At Timber, we provide professional tree trimming and removal with a focus on safety, quality, and clear communication. With over 10 years of experience and certified in the Electrical Hazards Awareness Program, our crews provide tree trimming and removal, storm damage cleanup, utility line clearance. Call Timber today at 580-732-3400 or see us online at www.timberokla.com or email us at customercare@timberoklahoma.com.
You got 5-6 tractors out there. You got a dozer, a traco, a grader, something like that. I mean, you go through a lot of oil in the season. I mean, you'll use a few hundred gallons in a season. So here at Shamrock, we have the same specification oil as the other brand, where people think that they have to use that for a certain color on their tractors and stuff like that. But we have the same oil specifications as they do. Works just as well, does the same thing, lubes it just the same. Price comparison is, it's not even a comparison. We have a better price than anybody around on that type of oil. They can come in and talk to us, see what they want, or give us a call, and we can come out, see what they have, fill their tanks, set them tanks. That's what we've done here in the past. We've converted a lot of farmers over to our brand, our house brand of motor diesel oil. The price savings it's huge for them. We sell it to oilfield companies also. They use it in frac pumps. And they're not happy, you know it, and it's working great for them.
Camrock is the name of the company. It's 2111 South Main, Elk City, south of Fred's Steakhouse.
The price savings it's huge for them.
Hi, I'm Mike Rowe, and I just learned that people of Oklahoma Oil and Natural Gas have just restored their 20,000th well site. They've been doing this work voluntarily now for decades, spending tens of millions of dollars restoring one well site at a time. Many of these old well sites are 50 to 100 years old, abandoned by their original owners. But now, the land is restored, so the current owners can make it productive for generations to come. See how they do it at oerb.com/micro.
Catch me, Paragon News Director Jared Atha, with the latest local news at 5 p.m. every Monday through Friday. Presented by Mickey Lively, your Farm Bureau agent in Greer County.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Show brought to you in part by Sustaining Oklahoma's Energy Resources. We just heard from Mike Rowe. He's the spokesperson for the Oklahoma Energy Resources Board, the OERB. Tomorrow is the big SPCC training. January the 29th, SPCC training, oil spill prevention, control, and countermeasure. It's a Zoom meeting, 11 a.m. It's free. If you'd like to get compliant, understand the new rule changes and how to maintain an effective SPCC plan, then this is for you. January 29th, tomorrow. Get yourself registered today before end of business. www.soer.oerb. At the top it says Producers Education. Click on that. And then it will give you a drop down and say workshops. Click that. And then you can just look at all the workshops they have coming up. Click the blue button and register to attend. It is that simple. SOER.OERB.com. First week of February, February 5th, they're having the best practices for well integrity. That's also an 11 a.m. Zoom meeting. The end of February, February 26th, air regulations training. A lot of upcoming educational opportunities at SOER. Go to SOER.OERB.com. Fred's Steakhouse, go there for the $4.99 chicken fried steak, or they're your destination for fresh USDA graded beef, ribeyes, New York strips, filet mignon, sirloins, hand-cut daily by the in-house butcher. Fred's has numerous side options, freshly baked rolls made daily in their in-house bakery, 7 kinds of chicken. Maybe seafood's what you crave. They have seafood. They have freshwater catfish. Appetizers sure to please everybody. And you cap off your dining experience with fresh in-house made desserts. Well, that frozen business. Fred's also has a full-service bar, favorite cocktails, specialty drinks, wines, and ice-cold beer. You can host your private event at Fred's Steakhouse. Call them at 243-2100. Located 2107 South Main Street in Elk City, next to Camrock Supply. Or order online on the Chow Now app. Fred's Steakhouse open 7 days a week, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. And while you're there, sneak on over to American Hose and Supply and get your hoses. Get your hoses. Go to those who know hose, okay? Don't get hosed. Go to those who know hose. Especially when you're looking at those high-pressure hydraulic connections and hoses. You need them crimped professionally, correctly. Whatever length you need and whatever ends you need on them, American Hose and Supply can keep you stocked up ahead of time, or they can take care of you at the time. American Hose and Supply. They understand you got to keep your money coming in. You got to keep your equipment and your machinery working to get that money. Inside the Camrock building next to Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City, call 303-1123, 303-1123. That's American Hose and Supply. Tell them that we sent you. Okay, going to click this little banner here and click a couple buttons, and then we're going to get right over to it. This week in petroleum history, on the AOGHS.org website, that's acronym for American Oil and Gas Historical Society. Click that support button at the top, throw them a few extra dollars. All the money they get goes right back in to the site. I promise you, you are going to be educated and entertained. That's what this site will do for you. No doubt about it. Thanks to Bruce and Chris Wells, the Wells brothers. January 26, 1931, third well reveals the size of the East Texas oil field. As East Texas farmers struggled to survive the Great Depression, and oil discovery confirmed the existence of a massive oil field. W.A. Monty Moncrief of Fort Worth completed the Lathrop No. 1 well, which produced 7,680 barrels of oil a day from just 3,587 feet deep. Geologists at first thought a third oil field had been found. Moncrief's discovery well was 25 miles north of the famous Daisy Bradford No. 3 well. It was drilled in October of 1930, drilled by Columbus Mary and Dad Joyner. It was 15 miles north of the Lou Della Crim No. 1 well, completed at Kilgore 3 days after Christmas in 1930. The 130,000-acre East Texas oil field would become the largest in the lower 48 states. You can learn more about that in Moncrief Makes East Texas History. January 28, 1969, Santa Barbara oil spill. After drilling 3,500 feet below the Pacific Ocean floor, a Union Oil Company drilling platform 6 miles off Santa Barbara suffered a blowout. The accident spilled an estimated 100,000 barrels of oil into the ocean, with some reaching Southern California's beaches, including Summerland, where early U.S. offshore petroleum history began in 1896, with wells drilled from piers. The drilling crew had begun to retrieve pipe in order to replace a drill bit when the mud used to maintain pressure became dangerously low, causing a natural gas blowout. According to the University of California, Santa Barbara, the well, which was brought under control after 12 days of flowing, turned public opinion against offshore exploration and helped lead to the creation of the Environmental Protection Agency in December of 1970. Naturally occurring oil seeps in the Santa Barbara Channel have been significantly reduced by offshore oil production, according to the History of Oil in the Santa Barbara Channel. A 2018 exhibit at the Santa Barbara Marine Museum will show you that. So actually, the natural seeps that were coming up from the ocean floor began seeping less after they started doing production in that field. So, countermeasure, I guess. January 28th, 1991. This one hits right at home. Rig number 114. Parker 114 becomes a tourist attraction right here in good old Elk City, America. Among the largest drilling rigs in the world, the Parker drilling rig number 114 was erected in Elk City, Oklahoma, after civic leaders realized the retired rig, easily seen from I-40 and historic Route 66, could be a tourist attraction. Number 114 once drilled deep wells for testing nuclear bombs in the Plowshare Project. In 1969, Parker Drilling signed a contract with the Atomic Energy Commission to drill a series of holes up to 120 inches in diameter, 6,500 feet deep in Alaska and Nevada. After the nuclear experiments, the company modified its rig to drill conventional wells that set records by reaching beyond 4 miles deep. You can see Anadarko Basin in depth. The 181-foot Parker drilling rig 114 towers over Elk City and the former Casa Grande Hotel at the intersection of 3rd Street and Route 66. The Casa Grande, which opened in 1928, was added to the National Register of Historic Places in 1995. It was once home to a natural history museum that included petroleum exhibits. I personally had a chance to go into that Museum of Natural History, and it was good stuff, man. I mean, it was kind of old and dusty, and you know, the guy who owned it at the time said, you know, he would open it up for my son's 3rd grade class to take a tour of it because they were studying oil and gas there at school. So Miss Partain and I, we took those kids down there, and it was a it was a wonderful thing. John West, thank you so much for that opportunity. But they had a little mini replica of a production pad, and they had some sulfur that was brought up from when they got into the molten sulfur over here south of town, and when they drilled right into the core of the earth almost. So this rig number 114 has just been freshly repainted for the centennial celebration. But I guarantee it, I drive by that rig a lot, and I see a whole lot of people that are traveling the interstate or traveling Route 66. They see that rig, they just got to pull over and take a look at it. Now they've refurbished it. They've got stairs. They're going to open it up where people can walk up on the platform and kind of get that idea. I tried to see if they wouldn't put one of those, escape slides in it. Those were kind of fun. But anyway, Rig 114 makes the list this week. That's good stuff. January 29th, 1850, kerosene inventor patents gasification process. Canadian geologist Abraham Gesner received a U.S. patent for a gas manufacturing process to enable others skilled in the art for obtaining of illuminating gas from compact and fluid bitumen, crude oil basically, asphaltum, chapapote, or mineral pitch is found in mines, quarries, and springs in the earth. Gesner licensed his coal gas distillation apparatus for about $1 per burner, declaring his manufactured gas affords the cleanest, safest, and most agreeable light ever used. By 1854, Gesner's research would lead him to invent another illuminating fuel, a new liquid hydrocarbon, which he denominated as kerosene. Good stuff. We'll continue our track through time with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society's AOGHS Remember When Wednesday, right after this commercial timeout. Stick around, won't you?
The Exploring Energy Show.
Craving a real steak? Fred's Steakhouse in Elk City is firing up flavors 7 days a week. The grill is always hot and the steaks are always fresh. From juicy char-grilled ribeyes, fillets, and sirloins to chicken fried steak, hearty burgers, seafood, and chicken. There's something for everyone. Don't forget the appetizers, salads, and desserts to top it off. Bring your appetite. We'll handle the rest. Dine in or order online now on the DoorDash app. It's more than just a steakhouse. It's Fred's.
Thank you just doesn't seem to be enough. There are lots of places to buy cars and lots of places to have them serviced. We are really humbled by the trust you placed in us at Barbara Dyson Ford last year. We don't take it for granted. You're the reason we had a terrific 2025. It was all because of you, and thank you for that. If you need us in 2026, we'll still be in the northeast part of Elk City and online at barbadysonford.net. We'd be honored to serve you this year.
Well, it's a peace of mind to know that you have tires that will get you to your destination and back without any trouble. It's never fun to be on the side of the road because, well, I was going to get those when I got back from this trip. Go ahead and do it before. Try to eliminate the issue. Every day. I mean, they're like, well, I was planning on getting them when I got back. I was just going to make one more trip. The 3-hour drive ended up taking us 12 hours to get there and an extra $500. A tow truck and just your time. And they see that you're stranded, they're probably going to take advantage of you to an extent. Buy a $100 tire and you had to pay $250 for it. Well, it's either that or keep sitting there. You're not going to do that. It just makes it so much more stressful for something that could have been eliminated. Peace of mind is tremendous. L&R Tire.
The home of Bridgestone Firestone Tires.
1204 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma. 225-TIRE. 225-8473. We know how important your car is to you.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-672-7070. That's 1-800-672-7070. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-672-7070. That's 1-800-672-7070.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
When she walked into the store, she looked around and then she said,
"Am I in Dallas?"
That's because the space was so big, so nice, and so full of beautiful things. Now, you and I love living right here in western Oklahoma. We like the small town friendliness. We like knowing each other. We like feeling safe. And we like being able to get where we're going pretty quickly. But now there's a store you can visit right here in western Oklahoma that makes you feel like you're shopping in a massive metropolitan area. Ever since Grandview Pharmacy and Gifts moved into their new digs, they keep getting the same reaction from people.
Wow, this looks fabulous.
The store is big and beautiful, and it's full of things that'll make your home beautiful and make you look and feel great. If you know, you know. But if you haven't been in yet, you're missing out on a big city shopping experience right here in little old western Oklahoma.
Grandview Pharmacy and Gifts, now located at 1503 West 3rd Street in Elk City.
DQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ soft serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve, plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
They're expecting me to get whatever task done. To a farmer, a tractor, combine, gets them up and running. He's back in the field, makes some money. Guy in the oil field, their piece of equipment's running again. That makes some money. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oil field or agriculture. So if your farmer need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. You're a oil field customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you. and take an order, or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. If we're competitive on price, we say we'll bring it to you. We'll do whatever it takes to get it to you, make life easier on you, or you can call us to solve a problem. Hey, can you get this? Why wouldn't you? American Hose and Supply, 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123. 303-1123.
Why wouldn't you?
Fine Line wants your car, and they're going to pay you for it. Top dollar. Call Steve Jones at Fine Line, 225-9111. 225-9111. Make some money.
Stay informed with the latest news from the energy industry on the Exploring Energy Show.
Farmers use a lot of oil every season. Oilfield companies use a lot of oil all the time. Those that buy their oil, that use a lot of oil, and they buy it from Camrock, they're going to get it for a lot less. Camrock's oil is the same specifications, same viscosity, lubricates the same. Just doesn't cost the same, costs less. Folks who use a lot of oil save a lot of money at Camrock. Simple equation. Camrock Supply on South Main Street in Elk City next to Fred's Steakhouse, one of 4 locations. Locations here in Elk City, Oklahoma City, Midland, Texas, Ulysses, Kansas. Camrock Supply, about everything you could need for a motor, they're ready to help you out. That's Camrock Supply next to Fred's Steakhouse. David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral and Royalty Manager. Yesterday, Dewey gave him a big old shout out saying, hey, this guy does know what he's talking about. And he's a guy that's not afraid to share the knowledge and a guy you can trust. David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager. Been doing it for himself and others for nearly 40 years because he's good at it. He knows what he's doing. He can get you the most out of your royalties in a process that's always changing, very complicated. He understands it. And he's a man of integrity, a guy you'll be glad you're doing business with. He is an investment, not an expense. David Allen Guest. Find yourself in a situation to sell. David's also a guy that buys royalties from states, probates, trusts, and bankruptcies. A guy that won't take advantage of you. David Allen Guest, Certified Mineral Manager. Call him today, 405-341-8698. 405-341-8698. And One Source Control Products East. One Source Control Products, LLC, now open in Weatherford in the old H&C Supply Building, 400 South Access Road, just there south of the interstate. You can call them at 580-330-1160. 580-330-1161. 1161. 330-1161. One Source carries a wide range of items, pipe, valves, and fittings, hydraulic hoses and fittings, lubricants, gloves, tapes, batteries, filters, just to name a few, and they have welding supplies. Plus iron and metal like angle iron, square tubing, channel iron, among several other items. They also sell consumables such as soap sticks, salt sticks, and their pump repair shop can handle any of your pump repairs from methanol to glycol. Their repair technicians work on all Chemray, Tex-Team, and Western pumps. After this cold spell, those pumps are going to be needed to rebuild. Locations in Elk City, Canadian, Texas, and now in Weatherford. Online, One Source OK. The numeral 1, sourceok.com. Terry Morse, thank you so much for being a sponsor of this show. I'm going to put this back up. We're going to get back in time. Oh, here we go. January 29th, 1886, Carl Benz applies to patent gasoline-powered auto. German mechanical engineer Carl Benz applied for a Reich patent number 34735 for his Benz motor wagon, a three-wheeler with a one-cylinder, four-stroke gasoline engine. His innovative Version mit Grundregentrieb, a vehicle with gas engine operation. For those of you who speak German, I hammered that, but, it sounded cool. Was the world's first patent for a practical internal combustion engine-powered car. Although there had already been automobiles powered by steam or electricity, Benz used the internal combustion engine as the drive system. The Imperial Patent Office, 1886 Benz patent had been called the birth certificate of the automobile. And his wife, the first woman driver, what? In August 1888, his wife, Bertha, would drive a Benz motor wagon from Mannheim to Pforzheim in a headline-making publicity stunt. See, first car, first road trip. taken by the guy's wife. Sure, honey, get on this thing. I promise you it'll get you there. It may not get you back. And there's no gasoline stations between here and there. So lots of rock. January 30th, 1998, as we continue our track through time with the American Oil and Gas Historical Society's AOGHS.org website, a spy ship was relaunched as an ultra-deep drilling ship. Decades after secretly recovering parts of a lost Soviet ballistic missile submarine, and after a $180 million shipyard conversion, the Glomar Explorer began its career as a record-setting deep-water drill ship for the offshore petroleum industry. Launched by Global Marine Drilling with a long-term lease of $1 million per year from the U.S. Navy, the world's largest drill ship would spend 17 years drilling ultra-deep wells around the world. The pioneering vessel was originally the Hughes Glomar Explorer, launched in 1972 for the CIA's Project Arizonan to raise submarine K-129 for more than 3 miles deep on the ocean floor. Learn more about that in the secret history of drill ship Glomar Explorer substory. January 31st, 1888, death of a famed Pennsylvania oil scout. 37-year-old Justice McMullen, already a famous Pennsylvania oil scout, succumbed to pneumonia contracted while investigating production data from a well near Cannonsburg, southwest of Pittsburgh. McMullen, an oilfield detective who published the Bradford Petroleum Age newspaper, contributed much to the early U.S. oil exploration and production industry, sometimes called night riders of the hemlocks. Oilfield scouts debunked rumors and demystified oil well production reports, sometimes despite armed guards. Talk about tight hole. Yikes. January 31st, 1946, Houston Petroleum Club was founded. Texas independent producers founded the Petroleum Club of Houston. The group began meeting on the top floor of the Rice Hotel in downtown Houston in 1951. Club members hosted industry events and lunchtime business meetings where deals were made with a handshake. One wall featured a 21-foot tapestry of a geological cross-section of Texas. The Houston Petroleum Club moved to the ExxonMobil building in 1963 and occupied 45,000 square feet on floors 43 and 44 before moving into the top floor of the nearby Total Plaza in 2015. February 1st, 1868, oil quality weighed for pricing. For the first time, crude oil price quotations began to be based on specific gravity, the heaviness of a substance compared to that of water. In the new oil regions of Pennsylvania, independent producers frequently met to sell shares of stock, argue prices, and enter into refining contracts that depended on the oil's quality. Before the establishment of the Titusville Oil Exchange in 1871, producers gathered along Center Street of Oil City, known as the Curbside Exchange. In 1921, the American Petroleum Institute established API gravity, which became the worldwide standard. Crude oil can be classified as light, medium, or heavy according to its measured gravity. In our final story today, I'm going to put a picture up on our Facebook feed for those that are watching that way. And this was a pretty cool deal where Oklahoma made Ripley's, believe it or not. All right. Ripley's, believe it or not. For us old folks, we remember that business. Here's what happened. January 28, 1921. A Vaseline well erupts in Oklahoma. After reaching a depth of 3,710 feet, drillers of the W.C. Newman well near Lamar, Oklahoma, hit into a strata of oil, the like of which had never been seen before nor since, has been found, reported the Daily Oklahoman in a 1933 retrospective of the well, which caused oilmen to marvel then as today, since it produced the same Vaseline-like content. The Hughes County well erupted a dark green oil that turned into a brilliant yellow when it came in contact with the outside air and sprayed 200 feet of semi-solid mass that hung like gum from the nearby fences, trees, and other structures, noted the newspaper. Ordinary pipelines would not carry the oil, so a special line sandwiched between 4 steam lines to heat the almost solid lubricant enabled it to flow to storage tanks. The article added, featured as the jelly well in the syndicated Believe It or Not by Ripley by 1933 daily production of 350 barrels of the high viscosity oil had declined to just 15 barrels. Bet you didn't know that. Vaseline well erupts in Oklahoma. How'd you like to bid on that deal? Woo! It was quite a blowout, but nobody had chapped lips. This has been Remember When Wednesday, brought to you by the American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org. Get on there, check it out. Hit the blue support button if you would. We'd appreciate it, and they would as well. Be back with the mop-up segment. My lovely assistant has rejoined me in the studio, and she'll have your weather forecast, energy, stock prices, and more as we continue with the Wednesday edition of the Exploring Energy Radio Show right after this.
When she walked into the store, she looked around and then she said,
Am I in Dallas?
that's because the space was so big, so nice, and so full of beautiful things. Now, you and I love living right here in western Oklahoma. We like the small town friendliness. We like knowing each other. We like feeling safe. And we like being able to get where we're going pretty quickly. But now there's a store you can visit right here in western Oklahoma that makes you feel like you're shopping in a massive metropolitan area. Ever since Grandview Pharmacy and Gifts moved into their new digs, they keep getting the same reaction from people.
Wow, this looks fabulous.
The store is big and beautiful, and it's full of things that'll make your home beautiful and make you look and feel great. If you know, you know. But if you haven't been in yet, you're missing out on a big city shopping experience right here in little old western Oklahoma.
Grandview Pharmacy and Gifts, now located at 1503 West 3rd Street in Elk City.
DQ presents the Spicy Menu. For a limited time, try the new Flamethrower Chicken Strip Basket for $6.99 with spicy bold strips that heat you up. Served with a side of famous DQ Soft Serve as a dip to cool you down. That's right, dip those spicy chicken strips right into soft serve, plus fries and toast, all for just $6.99. And add a new pineapple lemonade sparkler or cooler made with tahini. It's the limited time only Spicy Menu. Get it delivered in the DQ app. Happy, tastes good. Participation may vary.
They're expecting me to get whatever task done. To a farmer, a tractor, combine, gets them up and running. He's back in the field, makes some money. Guy in the oil field, their piece of equipment's running again. That makes some money. Solves that problem. I'm Brock Kalk, and my company is American Hose and Supply. We sell all types of industrial hose and fittings, oil field or agriculture. So if you're a farmer and need a hose built, you can come in, we'll build it. You're a oil field customer and need us to come out and see you, we'll come out and see you and take an order or pick up a hose, build it, bring it back to you. If we're competitive on price, we say we'll bring it to you, we'll do whatever it takes to get it to you, make life easier on you. Or you can call us to solve a problem. Hey, can you get this? Why wouldn't you? American Hose and Supply. 2111 South Main, Elk City, Oklahoma, in Camrock Building next to Fred's.
Or call 303-1123. 303-1123.
Why wouldn't you?
We rent most everything, from backhoes to mowers to lifts and chainsaws. DJ's Rentals and Sales, 225-1400 on South Main in Elk City.
This is the Exploring Energy Show.
Here. ASCO Equipment bringing this show to you. 513 West 20th Street. Also bringing heavy equipment for sale or rent to you right here in Elk City. One of 27 locations throughout Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico. They have new and pre-owned construction equipment that fits your needs and your budget. Leading provider for the Oklahoma construction, ag, and energy sectors. ASCO Equipment sells, rents, and provides parts and service for ag, construction, material handling, and mining equipment at 27 locations. Wow. They want to be a partner in your project. They're the real deal. For the big stuff. We're talking about tractors, backhoes, wheel loaders, cranes, dozers, excavators, forklifts, pavers, skid steers. $21 million worth of equipment parts in stock, 200 factory-trained technicians on staff, 140 field service trucks. They can keep your equipment up and going. They can service your equipment, work on your equipment, no matter where you bought it, when you bought it, or what brand it is. They also offer flexible rental equipment options, daily, weekly, monthly payments. You can set that up at the time. Stop by and see them. 513 West 20th Street, or call 323-3422. Jeremy Bridgman, branch manager, equipment sales, Bart Shields, equipment rental, EJ Gredeman, anybody there can take good care of you. Tell them you heard about it right here. Online, ASCOEQ.com. ASCOEQ.com. Everyone knows that distinct smell. When something electrical gets too hot, do not ignore it. Electrical fires, they happen, especially in older houses and buildings, but any house or building, honestly. Electrical fires. You smell that smell, call Carter Electric. They have infrared scanners and a level 1 certified technician that can detect hotspots before they short out and catch fire. Residential commercial uses can save thousands of dollars, plus save lives. This is serious business, folks. Do not ignore it. Fully licensed and insured, Carter Electric. They have the equipment, personnel, and experience to handle any job 24 hours a day. And they're an authorized Generac generator dealer. You can size it, sell it to you, install it, come back and service it. Licensed, insured, trusted. It's Carter Electric, owned and operated by Kervin and Mary Orgain. 217 West 12th Street in Elk City, or call them at 225-2447. 225-2447. You got some good weather forecasts over there for us, TJ. Let me get you fired up here.
I mean, not good for me, but good for other people, I guess.
Yeah, I'm all lumbago in this old cold weather. It stiffens me up.
Me too. All right, today we're sunny with a high near 43, south wind 5 to 11 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly cloudy with a low around 25, south-southwest wind 10 to 14 miles per hour with gusts as high as 21. Thursday, sunny with a high near 38, west wind 11 to 16 miles per hour, becoming north 17 to 22 miles per hour in the morning. Winds could gust as high as 33. Thursday night, mostly clear with a low around 17, north wind 5 to 11 miles per hour. Friday, sunny with a high near 41, north wind 6 to 10 miles per hour. Saturday, mostly sunny with a high near 26. Sunday, sunny with a high near 48. Ooh. Monday, sunny with a high near 53. And Tuesday, partly sunny with a high near 53. So we are going to warm up. Finally. A little.
That's good, because right now what it's doing is warming up enough to, kind of make it icy, melt, and then it comes in and freezes it.
Yeah.
Woo, be careful out there. That old black ice, that's the real deal. Here's the energy news in my briefs. Oil and gas refiners on the Gulf Coast shut down during refining units amid freezing temperatures, disrupting as much as 10% of U.S. natural gas production. XTO Energy, an ExxonMobil subsidiary, aims to sell its Eagle Ford shale assets in South Texas for nearly $1 billion, according to Reuters. The sale would reportedly include more than 1,000 wells across 168,000 net acres. Exxon operates some wells directly and holds non-operating interests in others. A federal judge ruled the Trump administration unlawfully halted funding for the National Electric Vehicle Infrastructure Program. Those smart judges. A coalition of 20 Democratic-led states has asked a federal judge to block 6 Trump administration policies they argue arbitrarily disrupt clean energy development. Federal regulators rejected Union Pacific and Norfolk Southern's proposed merger after Wyoming coal producers warned that it would increase transportation costs. OPEC Plus is expected to keep oil production flat in March and reaffirm at first quarter pause in supply increases when the group meets February 1st, according to Bloomberg. Baker Hughes eyes the Venezuela growth. Baker Hughes says easing sanctions and improved payment mechanisms could open significant new revenue opportunities in Venezuela's oil sector, according to Reuters. Vietnam automaker Kim Long Motor announced a partnership with China's BYD to build a $130 million battery plant for commercial electric vehicles in southern Vietnam. Bangladesh probes imported power costs. A government-appointed committee in Bangladesh reports an Andi Power coal-fired plant passes Indian corporate taxes to Bangladesh and charges above market electricity rates. Crooked people? Really? That happens elsewhere? What do you got over there as far as energy stock price?
They don't look too bad today.
Doesn't look bad? Okay,
No,
I'm good
American
with that.
Electric Power is down 18 cents, trading at $119.25. Apache is up 12 cents, trading at $25.92. Baker Hughes is up 71 cents at $57.20. ConocoPhillips is up $1.05 at 192 cents. Devon Energy is up 28 cents at $39.73. EOG Resources is up $1.85, trading at $110.44. Expand Energy is up 18 cents at $108.89. General Electric is down $2.29 at $295.18. Halliburton is up 18 cents at $34.44. Homework and Payne is up 28 cents at $33.60. Liberty Energy is down 11 cents at $22.07. Occidental Petroleum is up 55 cents at $45.10. OG&E Energy is down 5 cents at $43.81. One Oak is up 86 cents, trading at $78.60. Phillips 66 is up $1.51 at $141.52. Sandridge Energy is up 13 cents at $15.73. Schlumberger is down 33 cents at $50.33. And Williams Companies is up 78 cents, trading at $66.23.
Well, there you have it. Okay, I'm going to try to get through some of this basketball deals. We're getting back at it. Friday, Big Elks TV will have Bethany visiting Elk City here at the Pioneer Center. Girls tip at 6:30, boys follow at 8 p.m. Now, remember the game that was supposed to be played last night with Woodward. That will be played on February the 2nd. So that game has been rescheduled. Here's some Paragon TV stuff. Thursday night basketball, Cheyenne Raiden at Pawhuska, ParagonTV.com. Friday night basketball, 6:30. Eric at Fargo, Hammond at Merritt, Canute at Sentinel, Cheyenne Raiden at Arapahoe Butler, and Blair versus Eric at Sweetwater. On Saturday, 2 events are happening. A basketball festival taking place in multiple locations at the Hennessy Eagle Dome. Merritt plays Wellston, girls at 11, boys at 12:15. This is all this weekend, Saturday. Canute plays Pawhuska, girls at 4, boys at 5:15. Hennessy plays Sealing, girls at 6:30, boys at 7:45. As part of the festival at the Enid Stride Bank Center, Hammond plays Cashion, girls at 4 o'clock Saturday, boys at 5:15. And Leedy basketball will be at the Altus for makeup games from the Tri-County tournament. Leedy boys are scheduled to play Hollis around 4 o'clock Saturday, and the Leedy girls are scheduled to play Navajo around 5:20. Game times in Altus are tentative. ParagonTV.com. Okay. All righty. So, got a lot of moisture. We sure needed it.
We did.
It's sad that it came in, but better snow than ice.
I agree. And it was pretty.
Yeah, it really was. It really was.
It is.
And right now, like I said, it's kind of hazardous because, the main thoroughfares, they're pretty clear and dry, but some of these side roads, they're still slicker and hazardous.
Yes, they
especially when it's getting down to, way below freezing at night.
At night, yes.
Because it's what was snow and water yesterday turns to black ice.
Yes, it does.
Overnight. So be careful out there. Be back again tomorrow right here on 96.5 KECO. I know that playoff basketball is going to be here before you know it, man.
Yes, it is.
The second week of February.
Right.
And then the last of February, FFA week.
Yes. Still selling for that, too. If anybody else wants to get in.
Yes, if anybody wants to be a part of that. Basically, it's a commercial that talks about, what's going on with the FFA.
Yes.
What they mean, what they
kiddos.
do.
Yes.
And then put your company in there as a supporter of that. So,
absolutely.
Again, if you'd like to be a part of that, get a hold of
me.
Get a hold of TJ. We got a little contest going, so, Jimmy's helping her out, so we can help her out here on this show.
Shawn's not.
Well, I'm still just barely ahead. Hope you enjoyed today's show. American Oil and Gas Historical Society, AOGHS.org. Have yourself a great day.